Hello all, this is Sandeep Vasan. Today I am presenting Future Technology of Learning, Assignment 3, Emerging Technologies. Agenda, Primary Learning Styles, System Development Methodologies, Comparing Learning Styles and System Development Methodologies using Concept Map, Introduction to Brain Stimulation via Biotechnologies, and Benefits of KM, and Risks of KM, Conclusion, Differences. Coming to primary learning techniques, visual, oral, verbal, physical. In visual, we prefer mostly using pictures, images, and spatial understanding. You can easily visualize any objects, plans, and outcomes in your mind's eye. Like in the oral, any sound, any rhythm, any theme, like which prefers using sound and music. Like you typically can sing or play any musical instrument or modify the sounds of different instruments. Certain musics invokes strong emotions. In the verbal, which these are in the verbal, another name for the verbal is linguistic, which prefer words, speech, and writing. In the physical, this is kinesthetic, prefer using body, hands, and sense of touch. It's likely that you use your body and sense of touch to learn about the world around you, and it's likely you like sports and exercise and other physical activities such as gardening or woodworking. Coming to the system development methodologies. System development methodology is software engineering is a framework that is used to structure, plan, and control the process of developing an information system. And a wide variety of such frameworks have evolved over the years, each with its own recognized strengths and weaknesses. And also, the whole purpose of system development is the enhancement of the productivity of the organization or any group of people working in that organization. And there are some different methodologies like Agile, SDLC, JAD or RAD, and so many. And but I have chosen prototyping method, spiral method, and the waterfall method as some system development methodologies. In the concept map, a concept map or conceptual diagram is a diagram that despite suggested relationships between concepts, and it's a type of graphical tool that instructional designers, engineers, any technical writers, and others use to organize their structure knowledge. A concept map typically represents ideas and information as boxes or circles. When it connects with labeled arrows in downward branching hierarchical structure. Coming to the concept map. Concept map. In the concept map, first of all, there are two things: learning styles and system development methodologies. In learning styles, there are four other different styles: visual, auditory, kinesthetic, verbal. Kinesthetic is also known as physical. In system development methodologies, I have chosen waterfall method, spiral method, and prototype. Coming to the visual. In this picture, shape, paintings, and spatial. These are the four attributes which are for the visual. Like in the visual, you can use color, layout, any spatial organization in your associations, and use many visual words in your assistance. Like examples, any picture, any visual, or any map, any drawings, whatever. Coming to the oral, auditory, listening, sound, rhythms, any tone, chants, any rings. In like if you are in there are some techniques in the auditory, like auditory musical. If you are an oral learner, you use sound, rhyme, and music in your learning. Focus on using oral content in your association and visualization so that you can set your sounding. In kinesthetic, gestures, body movements, object manipulation, sense of touch, hands movement, these are all the part of kinesthetic. Like if you use the physical style, use touch, action, movement, and hands-on work in your learning activities. For visualization, like for your visualization, focus more on the sensations you would expect in each scenario. For I can say that, for example, if you are visualizing a tack on a sailboat, focus on physical sensations. So, on at that time, feel the pressure against your hands as you turn the rudder and the tension lessening on the ropes. Coming to the verbal, reading, writing, speech, mnemonics. Like if you are a verbal learner, try the techniques that involve speaking and writing. So when you can find incorporate more speaking and writing in techniques. Like for example, you talk yourself through your procedures in the stimulator so that you can improve your skills in writing, speech, and reading. In waterfall method there are 5 types: requirements, design, implementation, verification, and maintenance. In this, the design, implementation, and maintenance are important things. Right? The waterfall method model is the traditional and commonly used software development life cycle for software engineering. Right? This model clarifies the software development process in a linear sequential flow. Like that means that any phase in the development process begins only if the earlier phase is completed. Without that, we can't start the other phase. So, waterfall development has distinct goal for each phase of development. And one advantage, waterfall model is very simple and easy to understand and use method, that is why it is really beneficial for the beginner or non-voice developer. Spiral method. In spiral methods also, requirements, planning, risk analysis, engineering phase, and evaluation phase. This spiral method is sophisticated model that focuses on early identification and reducing of project risk. Like in this model, developer starts on a small scale, then explore the risk involved in this project. Whereas in planning and engineering phase, the drawings, the paintings, and the sketch. In the evaluation phase, you need like the learning style, like verbal. In the verbal, reading, writing, speech, these are most important in evaluation phase. In the prototype analysis, design, implementation, maintenance, and development. Whereas analysis, design, and implementation, these three are correlated in the prototype concept map. In the prototype concept map, this prototype methodology is a software development process which allows developers, like clients or developers, to create only the prototype of the solution, to demonstrate its functionality to the clients, and make necessary modifications before developing the actual final solutions. So, the best feature about this methodology is that it solves many issues which are often occurs in a traditional waterfall model. One advantage of the prototype methodology is, like when you show this prototype to the clients, they get a clear understanding and complete feel of functionality of the software. Coming to the brain stimulation, intersensory brain stimulation, manipulation through biotechnology. In the brain stimulation involves implanting electrodes within certain areas of your brain. Right? These electrodes these electrodes produce electrical impulses that regulate abnormal impulses, or the electrical impulses can affect certain cells and chemicals within the brain. And a wire that travels under your skin connects this device to the electrode in your brain. And brain stimulation is it's directly changes brain activity in a controlled manner. Its effects are reversible, and it is one of only a few neurosurgical methods that allow blinded studies. Coming to the benefits of knowledge management. Benefits of knowledge management: enabling better and faster decision making. For every organization, the faster decision making is most important part. By delivering relevant information, knowledge management information environment can provide the basis for all making good decisions. Like if collaboration brings the power of large numbers, diverse opinions, and various experience to bear when decisions need to be made. So, for every knowledge management, large sample sizes and practical lessons should be learned, and communicating important information widely and quickly. If there is any important information which is more for the organization, that should be communicated very fastly and very widely, not only the people in the company, to all over the world it should be done. So almost everyone today is an information worker, either completely or partially. Everyone in the organization will passes the message. Like like in knowledge management helps this address this problem through personalized portals, targeted subscriptions, any specialized search engines. In that way, they can pass their message easily. And the formal and informal training in a single e-learning platform. E-learning platform in terms of e-learning content, videos, press releases, selling techniques, customer service approaches, and best practices. These are the examples of the type of information that e-learning platform may contain in non-downloadable format. Like apart from great resource center, the e-learning platform could also serve as the ideal training tool for blended learning. And the last one of benefits of knowledge management, showing customers how knowledge is used for their benefit. Like the customers, not only the customers, the employees who are working in the organization should know how this knowledge management will be benefited for them or for the customers. So in competitive situations, it is most important to be able to differentiate yourself from others. Like demonstrating to potential and current customers that you have widespread and ways of bringing it to a beer in benefit. Performance of knowledge management. Performance measurement is one of the most important management activities. Like what you measure is what you get. Performance measurement is most important strategy establishment. When measuring organizational performance strongly affects the behavior of managers and employees, and methods for measuring organizational performance, financial measures, intellectual capital, and balanced scorecard. Coming to accessibility. Knowledge transfer can be both satisfying and necessary in a competitive environment. Then, as per the accessibility, you can check e-learning materials on your tablet or computer. So that will be useful for you more than that. Capacity. When coming to competitive effectively, companies must leverage their existing knowledge and create new knowledge that favorably positions them in their chosen markets. People create and share knowledge. Therefore, managing people who are willing to create and sharing knowledge is most important in the knowledge management. And the risk of knowledge management. Risk of knowledge management, it's a part of risk management process which is performed for each level of protection. And the major risk of knowledge management are ownership. Like when coming to risk in ownership, there are lack of leadership, uncontrolled and unreliable information. Misusing success is also most important risk. You cannot know whether or not you have succeeded in project. Whenever we want to get success in any project, whenever should be careful with the risk associated with that. Operational issues including scheduling, data integration, communications within project teams and across the enterprise. Financial issues including budgeting for advocate level of documentation is also most point of risks. And the last part of the presentation is conclusion. There are some differences between primary learning styles and system development methodologies. Brain stimulation, biotechnologies, so many advantages and that are useful for traditional learning mechanism. And we consider customer performance, financial performance and knowledge management performance. Every business organization should develop knowledge management system. Therefore, risk management is any company should include the risk of knowledge management systems as well. And these are the references which I have chosen the topic from for the presentation. Thank you.